I'm Yofri Karisi and I'm currently a student in English Education Department. I want to ask you something. Have you ever found any difficulties while teaching? Or do you feel can control the situation in the classroom? Here I am. I'm gonna share you about 10 tips how to manage children in the classroom according to world-class teacher. Let's check it out. 10 top tips for managing behavior in the classroom. Do you spend more time managing behavior than teaching? Are you at your wits and trying to control some of the children in your class? These 10 tips should help you gain control and get back to doing what you do best, teach. The first, rules. Rules are important to establish expectation of behavior in the classroom. Ideally, rules should be discussed and decided upon by the whole class in order that the children understand why they are needed. They are more likely to abide by the rules if they are involved in writing them. Limit the number of rules to no more than 5 and make sure they are praised positively. Rules should be clearly displayed and children reminded of them frequently. Second, understanding the behavior. All behavior happens for a reason and is a way for the child to communicate with us. We need to look beyond the behavior to what's driving it. It's important when we address the causes of the challenging behavior rather than just managing it when it happens. By meeting the child's needs, we can prevent it from happening again in the future. Reflect on what happened and look for the patterns by using an antecedent behavior consequence or ABC chart. Be proactive rather than reactive.
Hey, let's come spray down our window, my friend. Oh man, our window's looking great, nice and clean.
The next is about building a relationship. According to James Comer, no significant learning happens without a significant relationship. Having a positive relationship also encourages the children to behave appropriately and will make your behavior strategies more effective. Use every opportunity to get to know the children. Greet them as they come in. Find time out for the classroom at break time and lunch time to chat. Show an interest in them and their lives. Your interest may be rejected at first. You need to be committed to building trust. Little and often works best. The next is countdown. A countdown is useful at the end of an activity, as it gives children time to finish what they are doing. For example, 5. Finish the sentence you are on. 4. Put your pens down, and etc. This is especially important for children with additional needs or attachment issues, as they find change and transition particularly difficult. Countdowns are also useful for getting the children's attention. For example, give me 5. Show high 5 with your hand. 5. Eyes on me. Here's listening, and etc. A high hand listing the steps can also be displayed on the wall.
So I can use it with you guys again and with my preschoolers, okay? So everybody's going to get a thumbs up and a thumbs down stick.
The next is praise. The attention rule states that what we give attention to, we will get more of. Children strive for our attention, and if they are not getting it for positive behavior, they will often resort to negative behavior. This means that Effective praise is a really powerful strategy. Make sure praise is genuine, immediate, and labeled. For example, well done for putting your hand up, Zach. Use proximity praise to make sure attention is given to those doing what you've asked. Praise to the ones lining up on either side of the child who isn't. Praise the challenging children, more often spot the good. Use more subtle praise for those who find it hard to accept. Thumbs up, pat on the back, and wink. And the next is about tactical ignoring. The tension rule also means that tactical ignoring works well to eliminate unwanted low-level behaviors, but it's not easy. Start by saying what you want, hands up, who knows, then ignore those who are calling out. Ignoring means no interaction, no glowering, raised eyebrows, tutting. The ignored behavior will usually get worse before it gets better, as the child seeks the point at which you will give in. You must continue to ignore until the behavior stops. Then make sure you look for the next opportunity. Another tips is secondary behaviors. These are the additional behaviors that children engage in, often in protest to doing something you've asked. For example, putting your gum in the bin but kicking a chair on the way you pass, or rolling their eyes, or muttering under their breath. They are trying to get a response out of you, but if they are not doing what you have asked, don't rise to the provocation of any secondary behavior. Ignore it, and use labeled praise for doing what you've asked them to do. You can always make a note of and address the secondary behavior later. Another tips is choices. Using choices is a great way to get the behavior you want, whilst teaching children to take responsibility for their action. For example, you can either put the football cards away in your drawer or put them on my desk. It's up to you. It's your choice. You could also add a consequence. Make sure it's logical, which helps children learn that their choices have consequences and teaches them to make good choices. For example, you can either continue to play with your football cards and I will take them away until the end of the day. Or you can put them in your drawer now and then take them out at break. It's up to you. It's your choice. The next is when, then. When, then is another great strategy for getting the behavior you want without nagging. However, the then must be something the child wants to do. For example, when you have finished that sentence, then you can go out to break. By using when instead of if, there is an assumption that the child will do what they have been told to do, and there is no room for argument. If the child does try to argue, just repeat the statement like a broken record. And the last is clear instructions and positive language. Often, the way we give instruction to children is not as clear as it could be. Remember, children are usually very literal. If we say to them, "Would you like to put your books away now?" they could quite easily say, "No." Don't praise instructions as a question. Simply say, "Put your books away. Thank you." Saying thank you assumes compliance, whereas please sounds like you are asking and not necessarily expecting compliance. When giving a child an instruction, use their name to ensure you have their attention. Always use positive language. Say what you want, not what you don't want. If you say, "Don't run," children hear "run." So instead say, "Walk, please." Children are more likely to do what they hear you say, as mentioned above for rules. Okay, so everyone, those are my 10 tips according to our class teacher. I hope it would be useful for learning process. stay healthy, stay safe, and thank you for watching.